The Ivan Toney to Arsenal story is heating up. Yes, people, welcome back to another Arsenal transfer news video. Today, we will be discussing Ivan Toney's potential January transfer move to Arsenal Football Club. As always, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. Please do let me know whether you'd like to see Arsenal sign Ivan Toney or another player in January. Who else? I'd love to hear it. And also, if you are new around here and love keeping up to date with Arsenal videos, including transfer news, make sure you subscribe down below. I'm already to 5,000 subscribers, and drop a like on the video so it gets out to more people on the algorithm. Let's get straight into the tweet brought today by Sky Sports Premier League, the official Sky Sports Premier League X or Twitter account. And it says this: Brentford striker Ivan Toney is reportedly keen on a move to Arsenal when his 8-month ban for breaching the FA's betting rules is up in January. This is really interesting stuff because this doesn't come from some the wannabe reporter or journalist. This has come from the official Sky Sports Premier League account, and we know that they have knowledge from a variety of journalists that are actually very prestigious in the game. Now, Ivan Toney, we know, has an interest in Arsenal. This has been clear from before. But it seems as though this is just building and gathering momentum. I've got one more tweet to show you guys. This is from a quote from Ian Wright. Of course, everyone knows Ian Wright, man. One of my favourite players at Arsenal Football Club of all time. And always getting involved with Arsenal stories, despite the fact he retired, like 20 years ago or so. So big up Ian Wright. And he says this: Ian Wright thinks signing Ivan Toney would be the last piece of the jigsaw that Arsenal needs. You know the thing with the way we play and how we spread goals about last season. Yes, it took us to a certain place, but I don't think the Toney links will go away. I believe that Arsenal, in what we're trying to do, the margins are so small now, you cannot afford to miss those chances and to not win those games. The Toney links don't go away because you can see that's probably the last bit in the jigsaw. It's obvious for everyone to see that this is the last piece. He will do it if it can be done. I guess he's referring to Arteta there and Edu saying he will do it if it can get it done. If the Ivan Toney deal can happen, Arsenal will find a way to make it happen. And here's the thing, right, guys? Many people won't remember this, but Ian Wright was the one that actually spoke about Declan Rice coming to Arsenal about a season ago now. Basically, he was saying at the time when Arsenal had a really good start in the Premier League, he was saying if Arsenal make top 4 this season, because at the time no one was really discussing Arsenal being in the title challenge, there's certain players that Arsenal could get. And one of those players he mentioned was Declan Rice in that aspect. And lo and behold, the summer after, Arsenal went on to sign Declan Rice. So the fact Ian Wright again has made a point about Ivan Toney, he's not just said, oh, Arsenal needs to sign a striker to complete the puzzle, to complete the jigsaw. I think every Arsenal fan understands this, that our team is so good. Like, we built our team to a place where genuinely we could beat any team on planet Earth. We've proven that by beating Man City last weekend. But when you look at our team sheet and you look at the players, you look at the Sakas, the Martinellis, the Erdegaards, the Rices, the Salibas, etc., you just see a real missing piece up front. You see that whole team sheet and then you see Eddie Nketiah up front. And no disrespect to Eddie Nketiah, I think on his day he can be a good striker, but I think everyone understands that if Arsenal want to reach the top pinnacle of world football and go and win trophies and create dynasties of trophy after trophy, season after season, you're going to need a top caliber striker. Man City had won the Premier League, no problem, but to win the Champions League, to do the treble, they needed an Erling Haaland. And I think a similar situation arises here. Arsenal need a top caliber striker. Now, Ian Wright's understood that. Every Arsenal fan has understood that. But when he said that, oh, they need the final piece of jigsaw, he didn't just say, oh, they need a top striker, an Osimhen, a Toney, someone like that, an Evan Ferguson. He flat out said, Arsenal need to go for someone like Ivan Toney. Ivan Toney links are not going anywhere. It seems as though Ivan Toney and Arsenal are on a crash course to meet each other bit by bit by bit. That's what it seems like to me, guys. I feel like every day it's gathering momentum. We're still only just entered October. We've got at least 2 months away until the January transfer window opens. But the Ivan Toney Arsenal links are already gaining momentum. Now, Arsenal and Brentford have already got quite a good relationship after the deal for David Raya in the summer. We know that Arsenal got him on a loan and looking to buy him permanently next summer. So there is some kind of connection there between the two clubs already. And we know Thomas Frank has come out on Sky Sports Premier League Monday Night Football and said that if a suitable offer comes in for Ivan Toney, Brentford will not stand in the striker's way and his wishes to move on to a big and better club. So the club are open to letting him go. Ivan Toney himself has said that he'd love to take the next step in his career and go on to a big club and fight for the biggest trophies. He said that in a podcast with Stephen Bartlett, Diary of a CEO, and that's been made apparent. And he also has discussed about his love for Arsenal, the style of Arsenal's play, and I'd love to play for a club like Arsenal. So the players on board, Brentford are open to letting him go for the right amount of money. Arsenal clearly need a striker and have had links to Ivan Toney for a long time now. It seems as though all three parties are moving in the same direction. That's what we need to see if we want to sign a player. Now, a good thing as well is that, of course, the betting scandal that surrounds him. Sky Sports made that apparent, saying the FA's betting rules is up in January. He is now allowed to train for Brentford, but he's not officially allowed to actually play competitive fixtures until January. Now, that could bring his price down, because without that, we're looking at least 80, 100 million pounds for Ivan Toney. Ivan Toney scored 20 goals for Brentford last season, having missed, I think he played 33 games in total, so he missed 5 matches, but still broke 20 goals a season. That is unbelievable in a Brentford squad. He was third in the scoring charts behind Erling Haaland and Harry Kane, in my opinion. Players that Erling Haaland, who played for one of the greatest sides of all time in that Man City team last year, and Harry Kane, who's just Harry Kane scoring goals for fun. That's an unbelievable record from Ivan Toney. Now imagine Ivan Toney in this Arsenal team. Now, I would love to sign someone like Ivan Toney. Why? Proven in the Premier League. That's the first thing. Got 20 goals, as I said, last season. 2, ice cold, man. Ice cold player where the occasion is never too big for him. He scores in big games. Scored twice against Man City away from home at the Etihad. Scores the penalties, etc. That's a big time player. Plus he's versatile. This is a striker that's not like Nketiah, not like Jesus. Yes, he can link up play, but he can also be a target man. Look at Man City last season. For all the possession, tiki-taka, Pep Guardiola plays, at times last season, he would go direct to Erling Haaland. And Erling Haaland, being the 6'5" man monster he is, he could be able to do that. He could be able to hold off the play and link up. Last season at the Emirates, Man City won that game 3-1, playing direct football, long ball to Haaland and playing off him. Sometimes you need to do that. You can't always play possession tiki-taka against every team. Champions League, away at the Bernabeu. Real Madrid are dominating us. Sometimes you need the Ivan Toney to stick up there. Hit him with a long ball. Play off it. Get Saka involved. Martinelli involved. Ødegaard involved. He's got that style to his game. And also, he's a clinical finisher. You put that brother in front of the goal, 12 yards out, he's put it in the back of net 9 times out of 10. And we need that, man. We need a player that has got that ice-cold finishing in his veins, because you need that. To be a striker, think about the greatest strikers of all time, man. My favourite striker of all time is Luis Suarez. Now, why is he my favourite striker of all time? Because when Luis Suarez was anywhere around the goal, whether it be in the penalty spot, penalty box, or just outside, you had a complete faith that this brother was at least going to test the goalkeeper with a top strike. Clinical, man. Assassins in front of goal. We need that. I don't feel that same way with Eddie Nketiah and Gabriel Jesus. No disrespect to them, but when Eddie Nketiah and Gabriel Jesus are around the box, I don't feel that same urge that they're going to put the ball in the back of net. Look at Jesus, for example, in North London Derby. We go 1-0 up. He's got a brilliant chance. Robs Maddison, edge of the box. You're sitting there thinking, it's got to be a goal, and he just blazes it over the bar. Rush of blood to the head. I don't believe that I don't believe that Ivan Toney will have that same like fear in front of goal. I think he'll have that absolute cold, ice cold finishing in front of the net, and that's what we need. So look, guys, I can't wait for the January transfer window. I think it's going to really step up for Arsenal, and this January transfer window is massive, because last season we had the January transfer window, and we needed that January transfer window to push us over the edge and help us to go on for the title. We didn't end up signing Caicedo, we ended up signing Jorginho instead, and although it wasn't the worst signing in the world, signing Jorginho, he's actually done the right for us. We still need that final piece. Now, this season, going into January, if we go into January anywhere near like in title challenge, and obviously through in the Champions League, you need to supplement that with players. And for me, it's time to sign a big boy player, man. A top player. United signed Bruno during the January. Liverpool signed Luis Diaz in January transfer window. Big signings can happen in that January transfer window. We don't need a lot of players. We just need 1 or 2 quality players. And I think for me, a striker is a perfect catalyst we need to just get that whole team galvanised, going into the second half of the season, and get a real bagsman up front that can inject the team with goals. That's what I'd like to believe. As always, guys, if you want to keep up with daily Arsenal videos, including transfer news, make sure you subscribe down below. More to 5,000 subscribers. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section regarding Ivan Toney to Arsenal. Do you want to see it still happen, or do you rather Arsenal target someone else like a Victor Osimhen or Evan Ferguson, for example? I appreciate you guys all for tuning in, and hope to catch you all in my next video. Take care.